Ah, yes, the 2022 Phillies, an experiment that nearly broke baseball. When the lineup was done being constructed, a lot of people scratched their heads thinking, what exactly do we have here? A roster led by JT Realmuto, Kyle Schwarber, and Bryce Harper? Well, apparently the Phillies knew what they had because they came within 2 games of winning the World Series, but unfortunately for them, they ran into the juggernaut that was the Houston Astros. Although they lost the series, they learned exactly firsthand what the Astros had to learn years ago when they lost their World Series in 2019. It takes more to win the World Series than just having an offense that can slug their way, and having 2 starting pitchers that are aces on most teams in Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola. And so when free agency commenced, the Phillies got to work, bringing in Greg Risotto from the Tigers, a reliable arm for many years for the Tigers, who was also an all-star, and bringing in an aging wonder in Craig Kimbrell. Recently here on Twitter, MLB Network tweeted out a photo of this, talking about the Phillies and the additions to their bullpen and the 2 arms that were already there in Jose Alvarado and Sir Anthony Dominguez. Now, if you notice, with no context, this looks pretty nasty. Greg Risotto, Craig Kimbrell, Jose Alvarado, and Sir Anthony Dominguez. There are a few things on this list I wanted to talk about real quickly. Firstly, Craig Kimbrell. Craig Kimbrell was one of the greatest closers of the 2010s and one of the best of my lifetime. But the thing about Craig is, he's 34 years old, and he struggled last year so badly with the Dodgers that they removed him from the closer role. And there were a few good reasons for that. For most of Craig Kimbrell's career, he's averaged around a 40% K rate a year. But in 2022, it dropped all the way down to 27%. Now, it's not so much that Craig Kimbrell's stuff isn't really good still, because his fastball and curveball have still the same amount of spin rotation as league average, or just a little bit above. But it was the fact that his mechanics and control and his location of his pitches were breaking down constantly whenever he got in those tight situations as a closer for the Dodgers. Now, personally, I think it's due to his age. He's almost a 35-year-old closer in the league, and he's been in the league for a long time. Another old saying is, you get older, things start to hurt more and sooner and quicker. Now, personally to me, I don't think that Craig Kimbrell is bad by any means, but I don't think he should be pitching more than 40 innings in a regular season and more than like 8 in the postseason. I feel any more than that, his mechanics will start breaking down severely on him and lead to the same exact problems he had in 2022 with the Dodgers. Now look, I have no problem with the Greg Risotto trade because he was an all-star for the Tigers last year and he's been good for many years. Sure, there are small things you could nitpick about him. Sometimes he loses control and command, but I mean, what pitcher doesn't? But Jose Alvarado, as Chris Collinsworth would say, now here's a guy. Jose Alvarado, when he has complete control of his stuff, that 98-mile-an-hour velocity sinker, oh dear Lord, that man is throwing some gas out there. But he has the similar problem like Craig Kimbrell does. He often loses control and his mechanics kind of break down in certain situations. In fact, it got so bad in 2022 that the Phillies had to send him down to the minors before calling him back up for the playoffs. Throughout the playoffs, the guy was phenomenal until he ran into 2 guys in the World Series, Yordan Alvarez and Alex Bregman. He clipped Yordan Alvarez in the butt, which caused a run to walk home, and then we all know what happened in Game 6 when he left that sinker hanging out over the middle of the part of the plate. Yordan Alvarez barreled it up and sent it to the moon. The Phillies are taking notes from the Astros, and they're understanding in order to win the World Series, you need at least 4 elite arms in the postseason that you can call upon anytime with their filthy stuff. They'll come out there and they'll deliver the goods for you. It's moves like this that makes me respect the Philadelphia Phillies. They're trying to do what they have to not just get back to the Fall Classic, but win it. They are learning from their mistakes, and it is a beautiful thing to see when organizations do that. Anyways, guys, would love to know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you agree with MLB Network? Do y'all disagree with them in this graphic right here? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Here on the Change Up, I have plenty more baseball content like this I'm going to be bringing to y'all, and I'll see you all in the next one. Adios, mis amigos.